everyone, my name's Jen. I'm the unit coordinator here in EDU 10,004 and we're just heading into O week and then week 1 starts quite quickly, so I wanted to create a video just to introduce you to the unit. We are a first year unit. I do love working in this unit and I'm really lucky to work with some very knowledgeable and warm and friendly ELAs, which means that they'll be on this journey with us together. So I'm just sharing my screen with you today just in case you're new to Canvas, so I can help you navigate through some of the essential elements of our unit. So your screen when you log in, so in your dashboard when you come into EDU 10,004, yours will look a little bit like this. Mine's a tiny bit different, but you can see here we've got our home page. This is where I'm going to be sharing announcements. So announcements will come out weekly. They'll be filled with things that will help you with an upcoming assignment or just reminding you of the steps that you might be needing to take in order to progress nicely through the unit. So things that will be shared there will be Padlets, resources, videos, anything that will help you on your journey to get through the content and also the assignments. So the announcements will be found there. One of the things I really recommend you do early on is organise for your Swinburne email to be forwarded to another email, so just to make sure that you don't miss any of those. So some people find that they log into Swinburne Online every day, some people don't. I would just hate for you to miss out on an important announcement or an alert, so you can always do that in the settings, and also you can arrange for your announcements here to be sent to your Swinburne email. So I'll actually be sending you out an announcement that will show you how to do that in the next week. So keep an eye on the announcements. Everything in there is pertinent and everything will help you to get through the unit. Our contacts, syllabus, our modules, our discussions. So this is where you'll complete discussion weekly with your ELA. So the topics change each week as we move through the modules. And then here we have our assignments. So one of the things I want to show you before I head into assignments is we've got our grades, collaborate. This is the platform where we will have our live sessions together. There's the Swinburne Library, which will be really key to you in accessing research for all of your assignments. And this here's the e-text. So when you enroll in this unit, you'll have automatic capabilities to access any of our unit readings. So you'll just click on e-text here like this, and hopefully my computer will find it. Okay, for me in this unit, I've got our main text here. So Teaching, Making a Difference, the 4th edition. So what I do is I don't have to pay for this. So if you for some reason are having any trouble getting into eText, please remember that you do not have to pay for it. You might just need to follow some of our little videos to make sure that you can get through. So what happens is, I've already done this, but when I go into eText, it will prompt you for your student number and your password. And when you put that in, it will remember that. So it means that when you're going through, let me just see if I can do it for you. And this is what it looks like once you open it up. When you go through, here we go. Let's go to our modules. So these are all our modules that we work through each and every week. So if I click on one of these, I'm going to go to the end of week 1. So you can see in here, oh, there we go, there's essential readings. When I click on that, that's going to take me straight to the reading. So once you enable and put your password in eText, it will link up as you move through the modules. So that makes things really easy. I will send an announcement with a video that will show you how to do that if you're having any troubles at all. So I do want to take you to our assignments. So we have 3 assignments for this unit, and 3 of assignments that are really well suited to the content that we have here in our unit. So we have our assignment 1 has a really gentle weighting of 20%. So it's really just a warm up and an opportunity for you to make some really first foundational links and understandings with our unit content about learning. So there's a presentation, we have an essay, and assignment 3 is a case study. So for A1, the presentation, story of learning, it's called a presentation, and you will create a presentation and it will be in a document form. So it will be in Word or it will be in PowerPoint, but you won't sit in front of a webcam like this and present it. You will just submit your written work. So some students get a little bit worried about that. So just letting you know that beforehand. Our essay is worth 50% and it's our main form of assessment, and we will give you lots and lots and lots of help with that, so don't worry at all. And then A3 is a case study, and it's actually a team task. So these ones are individual, and there's only 2 elements in A3 that requires participation in a group. So don't worry yourself about that at all. We will help you through, we will help you find teammates, we will help you with the topics that you can choose and get you going. And then what we do is the ELA team actually walks each of you through each step of the assignment, and we do that from weeks 8 onwards. So it's actually a really lovely opportunity to make contact with some of your fellow students. A lot of the time I get emails from students who say, I was really worried about doing the group task and doing it remotely, and actually I made some really lovely connections, and some students even they become a bit of a support for one another, and then they find each other as they move through subsequent units, which is really lovely to hear. So even though this is a team task, most of it you do on your own, but there's 2 elements where you'll discuss with some teammates, and it's a really lovely opportunity to engage with some other people on the other side of a computer. So please don't worry yourself about those at all. Remember that we'll help you through all of your assignments. And I really do love working in this unit. It's a first year unit, so we might have, perhaps you're in one of the education degrees, it might be early childhood or primary, it might be that you've come over as an elective and you're in a different faculty. So you're all welcome here, and we're really glad that you came, and we're excited because for the ELA team, we actually learn from you as we go through the weekly discussions. So if you're someone who's maybe not quite so confident when it comes to the weekly discussions, and you think, oh yeah, I'll read what other people have said, and I'm a bit cautious to share my ideas. One of the things I love about Swinburne is that participation is always welcome. We're always keen to hear different perspectives, different ideas. We want to know and we want to reflect on your experience and your ideas, because it does help us all learn. So please do, if you're someone who is sometimes a little bit quiet, please jump on. We like to hear you introduce yourself on video, or to write it down, share a picture in the first week, whatever works for you. But we really would love to hear from you. And we do have 3 assignments that are a little bit different. So we've got our presentation that you don't actually present, and then you've got an essay, but the essay is a little bit different because we're encouraged to have a really structured format and use headings, and then our case study, which is a group task that you do remotely. So all of them are a little bit different, but it means that we've created lots of supports to help you. So at the end of each and every teaching period, we ask the students for their feedback, and we take all of that and we put it all together and we create supports. So we want to remove as many barriers as we can to your learning and succeeding in our unit. And one of the things that we use to do that is we use a platform called a Padlet. It's really easy to use if you haven't seen one before. So we set them up so you can access them off the web, and it's not password protected, so you can go straight in there at any time. And this is our A1 Padlet. So you can see that it's just set up with headings, and we've tried to pop in there any of the areas that students have stumbled with before. So one of the things that can be really disheartening is you're very busy, you go through all your readings and your modules, and you finally sit down and do your assignment. You've got a few weeks up your sleeve, so you'll always start your assignments at least 3 weeks before they're due. But if you don't really have a good understanding of the assignment, it can be really disheartening to put all of this effort in and you get your grade back and you realize that you've just misunderstood some of the elements or just gone slightly in the wrong direction. So what we do as the ELA team is we take all of the student feedback and we try and create some supports. So when you are approaching an assignment, you'll find all sorts of useful tips and tricks in here. You'll find all of our live collaborate sessions, our recordings, and I'll just pop down here. We've got all of our frequently asked questions, help when something goes really wrong, what to do. And we've put in there things like, so for A1, a bank of visual metaphors. So if you find you're just really stuck when it comes to the metaphors, you can have a look through there. So Padlets will be your very best friend, and please make good use of them. The other thing that I really encourage you to do is, so you're going to do your readings, you're following along with the modules. When you do your assignments, all of your assignments will be based on research, and you'll always start with our unit readings. I really recommend that you start with our unit readings, and then you'll do some wider research. And when you do that, you're going to put those ideas into your own words, which is called paraphrasing, and you're still going to cite it because you've taken this information from someone else's research and you need to acknowledge that. One thing that is very dangerous territory is to leave your assignment a little bit late and get in a bit of a muddle and accidentally Google our unit code, because you may end up in a site sharing website, an assignment sharing website. So we have programs that identify anything that has been uploaded anywhere, and we know that you're all about integrity as future educators, and there would actually be a plagiarism incident and an investigation, and I really don't want anyone to get pulled into such a mess. So in all of our assignments, we have exemplars. So we found some really good examples from past students and de-identified them and shared them. You'll have at least one for each assignment, and that will be really useful to you going through. So sometimes it's just nice to see what an assignment could look like. And you might use it as a bit of a resource, so you won't be copying it in any way, but you might say, oh, okay, so there's a title page. What's the first thing they do? Okay, so they find an academic definition. Great. What's the next thing? They might explain or give an example in the learning environment. So you can actually use them as a resource. You won't be copying them in any way, but you can see that you can be inspired by the structure. So let's go back to where we all began, which is back into our unit. And I just want to encourage you, whatever your motivation is for being here, we would love to support it. Please make use of your ELAs. They are so wonderful, they're so knowledgeable, and they'll be able to steer you if you have any questions or queries. And have a wonderful week one, and all the best, everyone. Bye.